Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Vandegam Sri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kamta Radha Kamta Namosute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vacha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraga Paramaka Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigrahaga Anadi Radhir Govindaga Sarva Karana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the purest knowledge, Pavitram. So by Krishna's mercy, we are understanding from this Bhagavad Gita that this Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya, Prakriti, Purusha, everything we understand. And Krishna is teaching us that Yavat Sanjayate Kinchit Sattvam Stavara Jangamam Kshetra Kshetricha. So that's what Krishna is saying. Tada, you understand that Bharatarshava. Tada Vijnayam Bharatarshava. So whatever in this world, everything, whether it is moving or non-moving, everything is actually, it is only produced from this Kshetra and the Kshetrajna. So that way, Krishna is teaching us that one who understands about this Kshetra, iti jnanam, iti kshetram. Krishna is teaching that iti jnanam, iti kshetram. So there is samasataka. So madbhaktaya etat vijnaya madbhavaya upapattiti. That's what Krishna is teaching. So if we understand about this kshetra and jnana and jnaya, idignanam, idikshetram, idignanam, idignayam, all such things, jnayam choktam samasataka. So jnayam. So everything if we understand, my bhaktas, my devotees, after understanding all these things, madbhaktaya etat vijnaya madbhavaya upapattiti. They will actually achieve my nature. That's what Krishna is teaching us. Madbhavaya upapatyati. Iti kshetram, iti jnanam. Nyayam choktam samasata. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So if we understand, so then we will achieve Krishna's nature. So even if we understand all these things, then sarvatam vartamanopi nasabhuyo abhijaya. So even if we are in this world, by knowing all those things, Prakriti Purusha. So when Krishna is talking about Kshetra, Kshetrajna, the Kshetra, Jnana, Nyaya, and all such things, Krishna is teaching that Madbhaktaya etat vijnaya madbhavaya upapattiti. So my devotees, by knowing all these things, after knowing all these things, they will attain my nature. So madbhavaya upapattiti. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So similarly, when Krishna is teaching us about the Prakriti Purusha, Prakriti Purusham Chaiva Gunaihi Saga. Gunams. So Gunams means the three modes of nature. So Prakriti, Purusha and Gunas. So after understanding all these things, Sarvata Vartamanopi Nasabhuyo Abhijayati. So even though if they are in this Prakriti, this Purusha, if they know all those things, even though they are in this Prakriti, but they will not come back again to this material world. So that way, if you understand about Kshetra, Jnana, Jnaya, so we are going to attain Krishna's nature. If you understand about Prakriti, Purusha, Gunas, everything, so that means we are going to go to, we are going to. So that's what we need to understand. So this Prakriti Purusha, if you understand about the Prakriti Purusha and the Gunas, so that means we are not going to come back here. If you understand about Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya, and all such things, we are going to attain Krishna's nature. So that way, that Shri Krishna is teaching us very nicely in this Bhagavad Gita. If we know, if we take shelter into this Bhagavad Gita, then also we are going to attain Krishna's nature. So if we just take shelter unto this Bhagavad Gita, we are going to go to Krishna's nature. Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly. So that way, Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita that we need to understand everything the way what Krishna is teaching us. This entire Bhagavad Gita. If you fully understand this Bhagavad Gita as it is, so then we are going to go to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. That's what we are trying to study and understand here. We are getting the knowledge. We are understanding this Bhagavad Gita fully, completely. And we are going to go to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. So we will definitely follow because we are understanding exactly how Krishna is teaching us this Bhagavad Gita. So we are understanding it completely. So that means we are definitely going to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. But we just have to follow. With this knowledge, we need to follow in our everyday life. We need to follow everything. Whatever Krishna says, we need to do it in our life every day in Bhagavad Gita. So that is going to happen for sure because Krishna is also teaching us very clearly about the three modes of material nature in the 14th chapter also. So Arjuna was in this battlefield, he is struggling and suffering, but it is all because Arjuna, everyone is controlled by the three modes of nature. That is the reason we are struggling and suffering. That's what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. Once we realize, once we get this knowledge and start working for Krishna, then we will not struggle anymore. We will not suffer anymore. So that is the message, what we understand from this Bhagavad Gita. So once we get this complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, once we start following Krishna's instructions fully, completely, so then we are not going to struggle anymore. There is no more suffering. So this Bhagavad Gita is the solution for all problems, as I always said in the past. So by Krishna's mercy, we are getting this knowledge, so we are going to follow for sure. There is no doubt about it. So all our problems are going to be solved with this Bhagavad Gita, like Arjuna's problem got solved. And we understand also about the Krishna is the Purushottama in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Also, we understand it very clearly. And there also Krishna is teaching us that we are actually suffering here. In the 13th chapter also, when he taught us about the Prakriti and the Purusha, at that time also Krishna said that we are struggling here. Purushaga Prakriti Stohi Bhungte Prakriti Jan Gunan Karanam Gunasangosha Saddasad Yoni Janmashu. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So all these problems we can solve simply by listening to Krishna. That's what in the last, in the 18th chapter, towards the end, after teaching everything, Krishna is saying very clearly that if anyone who is listening to our Samvada Mava Yoga, so our equivocal discussions, basically, So Arjuna's questions and Krishna's answers. So everything. So then they will actually, I think they will be able to get out of this modes of nature. And they will be able to reach the Subhan Lokhan Prapniyat. So that's what Punya Karmana. So those who have done pious activities, so they will be able to go to the Subhan Lokan, Subhan Lokan Prapniyat. So they will be able to go to the auspicious planets. So there is Krishna as well, Goloka. So we'll be able to go there. Anyone who listens our conversation, that's what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Anyone with faith. So that is Shraddhavanto. Shraddhavanto Anasuyanto. So Shraddhavanto Anasuyanto means with faith, without any envy. So anyone who listens to our conversation, our sacred conversation, so they will actually reach the planets where there are no miseries. So Subhan Lokan, Punya Karmanam. So those who have done such pious activities will reach there. Yeshua Krishna is saying in the 7th chapter also, Jara Marana Mokshaya Mama Shitya Yatantiye Te Brahma Tadviduh Krishnam Adhyatmam Karma Chakilam. So in order to free from Jara and Marana, so that is old age and death. So my devotees actually, they render service unto me. Jara Marana Mokshaya, to liberate, so get liberation from Jara and Marana, Mokshaya. Mama Shitte Yadantiye Te Brahma Tadvidu Krishnam Adhyatmam Karma Chakilam. So they know what is Brahma, they know what is Karma, so they know what is Adhyatma, Adibhuta, Adideva, Adiyajna. Everything we studied already at length in the 7th chapter towards the end, and then the 8th chapter beginning. Everything we studied and understood. So that way in Bhagavad Gita, all these terms which we have never heard anywhere, so we are getting that knowledge only in Bhagavad Gita, not anywhere else. This knowledge is specific only to Bhagavad Gita, because this knowledge is directly coming from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that way, this is the knowledge given by Krishna to us, that we are not the body, we are the soul, and we are controlled by the 3 modes of material nature, and we are struggling and suffering in this material world. So just by using this knowledge, applying this knowledge in our life, we are going to go to Goloka. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So that's going to happen. Krishna's mercy, definitely it's going to happen with this knowledge. So that way, what we are doing every day, this yajna, jnana yajna, this is not ordinary yajna. So this is the jnana yajna, what we are doing every day. This is the topmost action in our life, what we are doing. Without missing, without skipping, every day studying Bhagavad Gita, focusing our mind on Krishna, fixing our mind on Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and understanding all these concepts about the mind, senses, body, and buddhi, intelligence, and the relationship between them, and how to control our mind, how to make our mind as our best friend, and how to gain intelligence. So how to serve Krishna, render devotional service unto Krishna, and how to gain intelligence, and how to use that intelligence to reach Krishna, how to gain the determination, the dhritti, and how to use that determination to control our mind, and then how to control our senses with the controlled mind. So all these things Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. So dukkeshu anidvigna managa sukeshu vigataspraga vitaraga bayakrodaga stitadir muniruchyate. So dukkeshu anidvigna mana. So one who is actually not disturbed in mind when there is distress. Dukkeshu anidvigna mana. And also sukeshu vigataspraga. One who is not elated too much when there is happiness. So one who is equal in both. So Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha, one who is freed from Raga, Bhaya and Krodha, attachment, fear and anger. So Raga, Bhaya and Krodha. So he is said to be a sage of steady mind. So that way, Yoga Yukto Munir Brahma Achirena Adhigachiti. Yoga Yukto. Sanyasastu Mahabhago Dukkamaptum Ayogataga. Yoga Yukto Munir Brahma Nachirena Adhigachiti. So if you are engaged in this yoga, following this Bhagavad Gita, So then we are going to go to Krishna's world without any delay. We are going to go there very fast, very quickly. So it's going to happen if we just follow this Bhagavad Gita. That's why Yoga Yukto Munir Brahma Nachirena Adhigachati. That's what Krishna is teaching us. Brahmanadaya Karmani Sangam Tektva Karotya. Lipyate Nasa Papena Padma Patram Ivambasa. So if we perform all our activities, Karmani, Brahmanadaya, for the sake of Brahma, that means for offering to Krishna. So that's it, for Krishna. If we do everything, all our activities as an offering unto Krishna, Brahmanadaya Karmani, Sangam Tektva Karotya. So by giving up the attachment, so if we perform all our activities, Karotyagam, so then Lipyate Nasapapena Padma Patram Ivambasha. So just like water on the lotus leaf is not touching, so the lotus leaf is untouched by water. So similarly, we will not be bound by sins. So we will be like the lotus leaf. So that's what Lipyate Nasa Papena Padma Patram Ivambasha. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So all such things are going to happen for us only with this Bhagavad Gita. Because only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we know about Krishna. Then only we can perform everything as an offering unto Krishna. Without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then how will we know about Krishna? We don't know anything. We don't even know that we are the soul. We will be thinking that we are the body and all the time working only to please the needs of our body, to satisfy the needs of our body. That's what we will be doing without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. But with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we know how to use time, how to use our life. Krishna is time. And we know that every day we need to follow all the principles of Bhagavad Gita very clearly. So every day, all the time. So that should be our primary goal. So our life's goal should be every day. So just to follow Krishna's instructions every day. Whatever Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, just completely follow it. So if we just do that, so then wonders will happen in our life. So then our mind will become our best friend. Our mind will not think about anything else. Our mind will not go after the sense objects. Our mind will go after Krishna. So that's what is important for us. We should be able to fix our mind on Krishna. When our mind is fixed on Krishna, so then everything is very good. Krishna's causeless mercy, everything will go in the right direction if our mind is fixed on Krishna. If our mind is not fixed on Krishna, then we will be disturbed all the time. We will be having only frustrations, agitations, disturbance, and the stress, suffering. All sorts of things will happen in our life only because when we are not able to fix our mind on Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. So we should be able to fix our mind on Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us, Yogi Injita Sadatam Atmanam Rahasistitaka Ekaki Yatachittatma Nirashit Aparikritaka. That's what Krishna is teaching us. We have to fix our mind, means we should go to a secluded place. Yogi Injita Satatam Atmanam Rahasistitaka. So Rahasistitaka means it's a secluded place. And also, it should be a clean place. Suchaudeshe pratistapya sthiramasanam atmana. So Krishna is teaching us that go to a place which is secluded. So, and make that place very clean and sit straight. Don't look at any other directions and simply chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Focus your mind on Krishna. So focus your mind on me. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. Manasamyamya machitto yukta asita matparaka. So we just have to perform. We just have to engage. So keeping only Krishna as our destination. That's it. Nothing else. We should not settle for anything else. Only one thing we want. We want to be there with Krishna. That's it. No negotiations. Only Krishna. So that should be our determination. So if we are so much determined to only going to Krishna's way, only be with Krishna, Krishna is so happy that he will easily take us. That's why Krishna is repeatedly saying in Bhagavad Gita, Achirena, Nachirena, all such things without any delay. Very quickly, without any delay it will happen. So, by Krishna's mercy, we finished 36 slokas in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we are understanding Arjuna's situation. Arjuna is actually explaining to Krishna what is happening in the battlefield. Like Krishna, of course, is also there. Krishna is also seeing everyone there. But Arjuna is telling Krishna that what he thinks, what he feels. So even we are going to study 2 more slokas also. So Arjuna is explaining what is his situation. So we already understood that Arjuna told Krishna that his body is trembling, his Gandiva is slipping from his hands, and his hairs are standing on end, and his skin is burning, and his limbs are quivering, and his mouth is drying up. All such situation we understand very well. And he is not able to stand there any longer. Nachaseyo Nasakno, he is saying that I am not able to avastatum. Nasaknomi avastatu brahmatyeva chamayma. Nimitani cha pashyami viparitani kesham. So I am seeing only the causes of misfortune. I can't stand here any longer. Nachaseyo anupashyami hatva swajanam ahavi nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacharajam sukhanicha. So I don't desire any victory. I don't need this kingdom or happiness. So I don't think anything good things are going to come out of this battle where I have to kill my kinsman. Swajanam, Atva Swajanam Ahavi. So that way Arjuna is saying, and then we studied in the sloka number 32 to 35. So in the 4 slokas, what we studied earlier, so Krishna is teaching us, Arjuna is explaining his situation to Krishna. So, Kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogai jivitena vam, yeshamatte kangshitam no rajyam bhogaga sukani cha, tayime avastita yuddhe pranam styaktva danani cha. Acharyaga pitaraga putras tataiva cha pitamahaha matulaga shvashuraga pautraga shyalaga sambandhinastata yetana hantumichami gnatopi madhusudana apitrailokya rajasya heto kim mahi krite nigatya dadarashanaka kapritisya janadana. That's what we studied. So he's saying that, oh, Govinda, what is the use of this kingdom? So for whose enjoyment I came here, so they themselves have come here to kill me, and they are ready to give up their lives and belongings. So everyone is here. So I don't want to, even if I become the king of all the 3 worlds, it's not going to, I don't, what kind of enjoyment I'm going to get it? Nigatya Dardar Ashtanaga Kapritisya Janardana. By killing the sons of Dhritarashtra, what kind of enjoyment I'm going to get? That's what Arjuna is telling. Oh Govinda, of what avail to us or a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the 3 worlds. Let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? That's what Arjuna is telling Krishna. So then in the next sloka, what we studied yesterday in the sloka number 36 in the first chapter, Papamevashaye dasman Advaitanatatayinaha tasmanargavayam hamtum Dhartarashtran sabandhavan swajanam hi katam hatva sukhinaha shyama madhava. So if we kill the aggressors, Hatvaitan Atatayinaga, then sins will overcome us. So Papam Eva Shayet Asma. Therefore, Tasmat Narhavayam Hantum Dhartarashtra Sabandhavan. So therefore, we don't desire to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and also the relatives. Swajanam hi katam katva sukinaka syama madhava. By killing our own kinsman, what kind of enjoyment we are going to get it? So, Sukhina, what kind of happiness we are going to get by killing our own kinsman? It's a very important question. Arjuna is asking. So, what is the use of this life? What is the use of this battle? So, by killing our own kinsman, what am I going to gain? So, why should I fight here? So, that's what he is asking very nicely. Swachanam ki katam katva sukhinaka syama madhava. So, he's asking, Arjuna is asking, since will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it's not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? That's what he's asking. Then he is continuing in the next two slokas, sloka number 37 and 38. Yadyapete na pasyanti lobo pahata chetasaka kulakshaya kritam dosham mitradrohe cha patakam katham nagnyeyam asmabihi papadasman nivatithum kulakshaya kritam dosham prapashyadbir janardana yadyapyete na pasyanti lobopahata chetas. So those, there is the sons of Dhritarashtra, because they are so much greedy, so their thoughts are filled with greediness. So lobopahata chetasagam. So because of that, they are not able to see, na pasyanti, they are not able to see the dosham, the fault in destroying the family tradition. Kulakshaya, destroying the family, and mitradrogecha patakam. So, and cheating the friends, mitradrogecha patakam. So the droha. So what the droha they are doing to the friends. So that is, they are not able to see. It is because they are their thoughts are filled with greediness. Lobopagata chetas. But katham na gneyam asmabhi. Asmabhi means we. We know that. Papad asman nivattitu. How can katham papad asman nivattitu? How can we go and commit those sins? Because we know that, we see that. Ulakshaya kritam dosham prapasyadbir janardana. So we see that the fault in killing them, family tradition and everything. So we see that. So prapasyadbir janardana. Ulakshaya kritam dosham prapasyadbir janardana. So then how can we go and kill them? So that's what Arjuna is asking. O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin? So that's what Arjuna is asking. So it's all very important questions. So we understand, it looks like everything is very important. Whatever the points Arjuna is bringing, everything makes a lot of sense. That's what we understand. But Arjuna is totally wrong. What Krishna wants, we need to know that. That's very important. We cannot simply give reasons. So many, we think that they are all valid reasons, good reasons, correct reasons. But they are totally wrong. Because we will understand. Krishna is now very patiently listening to Arjuna. He's not talking anything. But in the second chapter, sloka number 31 to 38, Krishna is going to answer all this, whatever Arjuna is telling here, everything Krishna is going to answer for this, actually. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 2 more slokas today in the first chapter. So 38 slokas, Hare Krishna. So now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namagam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Rama, 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 Rama, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna, Hare Hare 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I won't be able to talk with all the devotees today, but we can discuss if any questions are there. If any devotee has got any questions, or those who have joined for the first time today, we can talk quickly, maybe another 10 minutes. Hare Krishna. If any devotees have got any questions, you please raise your hand. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram. I see Professor Natarajan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Are you able to unmute? Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Preeti Klotungan Mataji, are you able to unmute? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna. There's some new devotees. I think we have still 10 more. So, Ramin Prabhu, you were able to hear everything clearly today, correct? Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Everything was clear, Guruji. No problem.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. I will talk with all the devotees tomorrow for sure. There is no problem. Today, since we started late, so we will again talk tomorrow. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Hare Krishna.